All right, guys, another update. So we are coming on week 3 of me running my business. There's some things that I got to say. And I guess it's just like a reflection of what I've been going through. And the one thing that I notice running your own business in the beginning, before you get busy with clientele, is time management. And in today's society, we live in a social media society where people get addicted to their phones, and I'm one of those people. I am a an active scroller, and after like a few minutes of scrolling, my brain starts to fight against it, and then this other part of my brain fights against that, and so I end up scrolling more than I want to. I originally go on there just to post up more advertisement for my business, but then there's the temptation of going on Instagram, Facebook to just kind of scroll around and absolutely do nothing and just look at things that are not beneficial to you personally or to your business. So that's one thing that I'm fighting. So I've been getting calls. Luckily, I've been getting calls and messages on Facebook through my Facebook Marketplace ad, I guess. And I've had some luck. I'm not too busy right now, but I've had some luck, and I've had some small jobs I've been working on. I do have some scheduled estimates, so I'm happy about that. But another thing, I invested into my business, into myself, and I got welding certifications. And the welding certifications that I got were not easy, and it was something I haven't done in a while. This test is called the 3G uphill test, and then the 4G overhead test, which is 1-inch plate with a V bevel, and then you got to fill it all the way to the top, not passing an 1/8 inch from the surface of the base metal. And man, I struggled, and I thought, I don't know if I'm going to pass this. Then the inspector at the time, when I finished my test, he let me know. He goes, "Hey, man, I was thinking about not passing you because you had a strip of porosity, which, thank God, from the years of experience, I was able to burn it out and actually seal the weld." And he said, "Man, you made it work, and so congratulations. That just shows your level of skill." And so I was pretty stoked. This is the 3G test. This is after they slice it, clean it up, and then bend it to see, so that way it shows if the metal cracks or the weld gives out. This is the uphill. And then this is the 4G test here. It's not perfect, but it passed the test. So now I'm 3G and 4G certified in structural steel with dual shield, which is going to be a tremendous upgrade to my business, especially because a lot of these bigger, general contractors who are doing big work usually need a certified welder because the city or the government needs a certified welder to do it. And so I've had a few people pass me up simply because I'm not certified. And so I took the time out of my day. I spent about $1,300 on these 2 tests, but I want to say that it's gonna bring me way more than $1,300. And to me, it's an obvious investment. Not a lot of mobile welders out there have this. Most guys just have experience, have a rig, and have a business license. And then there's guys that don't have any of that and then just kind of do word of mouth. I went out of my way to invest into my business, which is getting my contractor's license, turning my business into an LLC, getting licensed, getting bonded, insured, and then now I'm certified. I now have a total of 5 certifications that I invested into. So, yeah, luckily I had a really big job about a month ago that I earned quite a bit from, and has been able to hold me over. I still got rent to pay. I got a vehicle payment. I got bills. So the time is coming down, and the pressure's coming. But this is what I believe makes you better at life. It's either you're either gonna make it or you're gonna break. And I just have faith that God is gonna help me through it, because I believe this is His will for my life. And anyone out there who is wondering, like, should I start a business? But if you have this deep desire to start your own business and walk away from the 9 to 5, I mean, that means, and if you believe in God, and you prayed about it, that means God's putting it in your heart. I mean, that means God wants you to walk in that path. So don't ignore that feeling. Don't ignore that nudge. I encourage you to just do something about it. Even if it's small, just start out with a business license, establish a name for your business. So it all starts there. Just come up with a name and come up with a business plan. So that's it, guys. That's all. That's my update. So, guys, I'm open to advice. If anyone's out there with advice on how to grow my business, how to get more customers, or how to do better business, or how to really hone in on customer service, guys, please comment below. Comment below and just hook me up with your advice. I'm open book. I'm a student, and I look forward to hearing from you guys. Thank you, guys. Peace.